May 19th, 1996. Samantha greeted me at my tent this morning. She had found her hole. She directed me to where it was on the side of the mountain, and sadly, it was a perfect form of her silhouette, even with a slope from her head to her shoulders where her long hair would be. The more we stood in front of it, the harder Samantha started shaking. From what she was able to tell me, she believes it's a hole specifically dug for her, fully intended for her to enter, but she knows she'll never come back out again. She asked me to hold her back from it, just in case. As we were walking away, a young man in his late teens started screaming at the top of his lungs. He climbed the holes and got into one, yelling at the crowd, "This is my hole. It was made for me. Tell my mom goodbye." He threw his glasses to the ground and slipped in perfectly. The crowd began panicking, and as we stood there, we realized that about 6 other people had entered or were about to climb into their respective holes. It turned into utter bedlam trying to get them out, so I took Samantha with me down to the lake for some sightseeing, just to calm her down. It lasted about 10 minutes when we got there. She wanted to go back and just watch her hole. I let her, but she just sat before it for the longest time, eyes wide. Slowly, she started to rock back and forth, bawling and mumbling, her noise getting louder and louder until I ran over and attempted to make her stop. Out of desperation, I grabbed some of the rubble and fallen rocks around us and began to fit them into her hole in the mountain. It took a while, but soon I'd completely packed it shut. I brought her over and assured it wouldn't call to her again. There are little emergency tags taped over so many other holes that I can't believe it. That night, Samantha asked to connect her double-ended tent to mine, as she was too scared to sleep alone. I accepted. She's beginning to feel a bit like a daughter to me.